How have you guys been?
Up and down.
True.
Great. Great.
That would be nice.
You can't record in. I'm assuming you can't record in on Discord, so that's why you're taking on both. I'm assuming you can't record in on Discord, so that's why you're taking on both.
Okay.
Wait until everyone joins.
I think OBS can record, right? Mm-hmm.
That that's what I was about to say about the VOD. We can keep that. I used to do that by watching his Warframe videos.
Also watched some of his videos a few days ago.
I was going through old screenshots with my friends about a week ago, and I kept on seeing screenshots from our age in MOP, in Warlords.
Those were good days.
Challenge modes in Warlords, him, Non-Plus, Vince, and I. We would spend like, I don't know, 6 hours a day practicing, then raiding, then a couple more hours of practice just to sell some boosts because he really believed that we could do it.
So stuff.
Well, he was first on healing, first on damage. So I guess so.
Zuri, you said you had some black.
Yes, just
Okay.
you should keep your boots on.
Hmm.
That you have a transmog. This year has passed by so fast. It felt like it's like it happened a week ago.
Are you trying to say it didn't happen like a week ago?
Didn't nice. Didn't.
No, even Chupa is here.
I wish
That
I could be there.
What did you say?
Just watching you guys.
I'm guessing you're from a cell phone, right, Philippus? We can
Yeah.
yeah. Let me turn you up.
That sounded
I'm
awkward.
sorry. I'm sorry if I'm loud.
Hey there, bro.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, I'll do it.
It looks good.
The stream on Discord? Yeah, it's fine.
Twitch stream is fun. I'm watching it right now.
I'm thinking we can take the share some fond memories with Craig we had, and then maybe share why we thought he's a great guy.
I am so very salty that I can't find the pictures we've taken when he came to Romania.
Should be. Yeah, any mementos you can find would be awesome. I've also asked the WoW team if they can put a memento in the game itself to honor his
No,
life.
that's nice. I sadly don't have any pictures of us when we met in Scotland when I went up there.
That must have been fun.
We went to
A pub.
a cafe named Super Barrio. It was full of arcades and 80s stuff. It was awesome.
That's one thing I regret in my life. I never had the chance to meet him in person.
Yeah, me neither.
I was so tempted to come to Bucharest when he was visiting Mice and the rest.
Yeah, you should have definitely came over.
He was visiting up, let's be serious there. But he had the unfortunate circumstance to meet you. I'm joking. It was-
Yeah,
I was
yeah, I
there
know.
as well during the meetings. At least what, 3 of them? Met up with Craig, with Gab,
Triana. Cubic.
Triana, Cubic. Yeah, I remember one time I actually he came over and wanted to watch some movies with Gab. Gave him my card for the workplace since we had special offers. That was, I think, the last time he visited Romania.
Yeah. Since the first day I met him, it was like I just knew he's so brilliant, like so bright mind. It was hard to resist his pull. True born
I-
leader.
I'll always remember the first raid with CTS. I think he was raid leader in uh what was it, Drain or Pripats, when Mythic became a thing and not just normal and heroic. And I was so nervous of doing well. I was assigned one thing. I had to press amplify magic on Thok on the third AoE or something, and I had a notepad on the next monitor with huge font saying press amplify on the third, you fool. But yeah, the raid was so easy. We killed everything one shot because of the scaling, different scaling and stuff. But I was so nervous to do well. I'll always remember that. I've never been so nervous in my life in raiding. That was the day, the one day.
I always loved. Go ahead, sorry.
Obviously, I never met him, but I always appreciated that he was a man of few words when he needed to, but he could really make you understand what was going on when he needed to as well. And I always appreciated that about him. And he was always thoughtful. He made sure that I was comfortable. I I thought it was my duty to do well in rating, to make him proud and you guys. It's wonderful that people from all around Europe gathered here to remember this great guy, and not only to celebrate him and celebrate this guild that he put so much effort and heart and soul into. And I appreciate all of you, as well as Craig.
Yeah, I don't know how many of you realize how many years of his life he spent devoted to this guild. It's I don't know what, 15 years maybe.
Easily
Um,
years, because I was doing Molten Core with him. So yeah, easily 15 years.
It's like what the better part of his life.
indeed.
When did we join Zuri? It was in Pandaria? Because I joined
Yeah,
a month after you.
we joined in Pandaria. It was what early 2014 or something. Yeah, it feels like ages ago.
Yeah, I thought it's more than 10 years. It seems it's shorter.
Well, me and Ali joined at the end of Drenner when BlackRock Foundry was up, and that was about 6 years ago.
Yes, since then.
Yeah, I remember the mythic riding of Black Road Foundry. Maybe the best ride I've ever been to,
Yeah.
especially the train.
Yeah, that train, dude.
Pain. Something I've always laughed about Craig is how, I don't know, how calm he was always. He was just able to never lose his manner toward anyone. In all the years I've known him, I've never seen him rage at someone.
Yeah, he was the person who was calming down Getslaven, if you remember. Otherwise, he was going to scream
Yes.
at everyone.
I mean, even when people in his place would rage quit, he would just calmly announce a raid end, and just ask individual people to specific, let's say, shortcomings they had.
Even his rage wasn't rage, you mean?
I mean, it was like, okay, guys, let's call it for the night. You and you work on that. You guys work on this. I'll help you out. He was always helping everyone.
He always managed to calm me down as well. We all know how volatile I can be in raids. He was the one that I'd just I'd message and he'd just, yeah.
You can imagine that he's always used to calm me down, even though I thought I'm a usually calm guy. There were places where he was calming me down as well. Just imagine.
He helped me outside of the game. We'd spend hours just talking on Discord in the nights, just flying around. What's it called? What's the place in
Dalaran?
BFA? No, in the water, under the water in BFA.
Nazareth?
Najata. Yeah, we were picking up herbs for the to be able to use in the raid, and we just talk. And he'd help me with stuff that I was going through. I'd help him with stuff that he was going through. He just, I think that's when we, like, he'd always been a friend, but that's when he became, you know, a lot more. He was a good man. You know, and he cared about everything, and he cared about this guild more than any. Like, he would do anything for the people in here, to keep it going, to protect it, to look after people, to make people feel welcomed. He'd bend over backwards. He was just completely selfless. It was always someone else before himself.
Paladin. Yeah, you know that many people came through CTS over the years, probably hundreds, if not thousands. But let's say hundreds. Not everyone always liked each other, and he was the one usually helping people get over their differences.
It is weird how or uncanny how he managed to bring pretty much everyone together and keep everyone tight.
It's not weird. That's a description of a great leader, a person who you follow without being asked to, or you have to. You just do.
You're right. What I meant is that what I actually meant was that it's rare to encounter such a charismatic person that manages to bind together such a motley crew like us.
A bunch of idiots, you
Yeah,
know me.
look at us. It's like everyone is different to one another, and he managed to rally us for, I don't know. I'm in this guild. I'm not sure how long anymore.
Many people that came here, they ultimately left the guild or not, but many still remained in the community, and keeping in touch with each other.
Yeah, especially on the Facebook page. Even if people left the guild, they'd still talk on the Facebook.
Yeah.
The same as you say, the laps around Nazatar, it was Warframe for me and you and Arang. We would stay, I don't know, hours into the night and just play the game, and we would talk and talk and talk about everything. About the game, about life, about what was going on inside his head.
A whole lot of love is what was going on inside his head.
Mhm.
He just cared about everybody so much. And that always came across.
He always found time to play with me, co-op games like Ors Must Die and other stuff, and I always remember Terraria especially.
For example, I can't log into Warframe anymore because I didn't have any IRL money back then. I didn't have a good job, and he had a lot of in-game currency, let's say, and I wanted to buy a stupid a stupid Roomba. It was a Roomba bot for your spacecraft that just went around. It did absolutely nothing, but just went around, a little robot, okay?
What, in Warframe?
Yeah. And he bought it for me. He gifted it to me like last November, last December. And every time I log into Warframe, I see that stupid bot on the ground cleaning, in quotation marks, in big quotation marks, my spacecraft floor, and I log out. I can't see it.
I had the hardest time logging onto WoW afterwards. It was WoW, it was Warframe, it was Divinity. Like he just touched so much of my life, and then it was just too painful to go and do it without him. Even raiding. I mean, you guys have seen I've only just come back. It was just I couldn't do it without him. I couldn't be there without him there.
It ain't easy, I can tell you that much.
I never used to carry potion, pre-coding for class or anything. He gave me some, and I think I have like 2 or 3 left, and I've kept it in my guild bank ever since. And I'll always keep them in my guild bank, even if I don't have any more stuff.
He managed to turn it into a raiding guild from, he'd take on, he'd find ways of being able to do all of the mechanics on a boss because we couldn't do it. So he'd find a way to cheese it, and we wouldn't have to worry about it. We just hit the boss, and he'd take it all on. He'd do everything.
Special CTS tactics.
What can Craig do to save us?
Yeah.
Back in Pandaria, on the last boss of the last raid, Leishen, was it? I don't know. Remember the storm guy?
Yeah, Leishen.
He had figured out a way to solo tank it, like literally he was doing everything he can to do it solo, and we were at the first skill. We were like 1% of the boss, and I saw Craig just drop down to 10% and just instantly lay on hands him as a true paladin, right? That put the forbearance debuff on him and screwed his rotation for um, just dealing with the mechanics. And we actually wiped there. We couldn't kill the boss. And ever after that, I have a macro on my lay on hands that if the target is Craig, I do not cast it.
I remember that story. He used to say it all the time when we wiped on 1% on a boss. Zuriel, did you lay on hands me?
Yeah, exactly. It was so frustrating. This was like a very tense fight, and everything was over, and it was like, oh god, we have this, and screwed it up. Let me see if I have this macro still.
Yeah, I'll never forget my Garo skill, my first Garo skill. Wasn't the guild's first Garo skill. We reached the last phase and people managed to screw up. Me and him stay alive in the end, and I die at the last second, but he managed to kill it. Best fucking boss ever.
I remember my first raid with this guild was Nighthold, and I didn't use the raid at all. So Brute somehow got me into this guild, and he said, "Okay, you'll come raid with us this Sunday." And I was so anxious, and we managed to go up until what was the boss before Gul'dan?
Elisand.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. And she had a sort of ring mechanic, and for the life of me, the first time I couldn't understand how that worked, and I died every single time. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get G kicked. My friend Brute is gonna have an earful. Why did you bring this noob here? And I was so anxious, and I went up to Craig and said, "Dude, I'm sorry. I cannot figure it out for the life of me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." He was like, "Yeah, chill. That's okay." And that's the only thing that said him. Like, no sweat, no nothing. I mean, like, it's okay. It takes time. Take your time. You're only human. And yeah, long story short, I didn't get G kicked.
Yeah, yeah, he was like that. Do you remember he had a marker to whisper, you know who, in Alisand to move?
That wasn't a macro, that was a wake aura.
Oh, it
And
was?
yeah, and he gave it to me. And I was whispering, yeah.
Yeah. I have to be going though, so I'll bid you farewell.
doing good.
It's good to see you, Brute.
Good to see you, man. Take
Good
care.
to see you, man. Be careful.
Always.
For those of you on the stream, Miz has said, in my humble opinion, he's the best raid leader I have ever known. So calm, so clear, so helpful, and he always pulled us through. And even though I did not know him personally, as most of you guys do, he printed his mark on me, and I'll never ever forget him.
I'm into that.
Indeed.
Yeah, totally.
He will never be forgotten.
He could
It's
have
really
been.
heartwarming to see so many people, here and still feeling touched by a person that most of us. I mean, even I've met him in real life, but I can't say I truly spent too much time with him, other than the hours we spend in front of the computer across the world.
No, as I said, I never met him, and still I'd consider him one of my closest friends. He was just an incredible person.
We just assumed you did, since you're both in the UK.
Yeah, I thought you know each other
No,
face to face.
I wish.
Yeah, everyone knows each other in the UK, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Right?
I managed to print out a picture of him from the armory. I want to get framed. I didn't know whether they'd get rid of it after a while.
I think they do if a character hasn't logged in for like 6
I
months.
think it's
they-
right after your subscription ends. Yeah, and there's some time after that. If you haven't logged, you cannot see.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's that way. Not quite sure though. So,
It's super annoying. I honestly, it's so annoying. I've searched for his character in the guild and everywhere. I couldn't find it anymore.
Yeah, they released the name after a while, so you wouldn't probably not going to find his characters anymore. Unfortunately.
Ask them to return that. I don't want to see any other Ayunae on the server.
For that to happen, someone needs to pay for his account and log into the account at least once every 6 months or so. Usually after a year, they just release the character's name, and they put a placeholder instead.
really?
Yeah.
Wow, didn't know that.
Or one of us can simply take the name and hide it somewhere, and that's that. And never log on.
Does anyone else want to say anything? Or
I
type?
keep thinking of things to say, but
Yeah, I kind of
like
miss
Kenny
him.
said, I only saw him once together with the guys. I only spent time with him in game in WoW. So I didn't really play Warframe or whatever else with you guys. But he was a great guy. I loved his voice.
Any of us have not met him, but we still, as I said, we just feel him so close. I've shared with him things that I've not said to my mother.
He knows stuff about me that I hadn't told anybody.
I think it's safe to say that he got the best out of every one of us by just being calm and collected and just embracing it, and that brought out the best in all of us. Yeah, I don't know what more to say. Rest in peace, Craig.
Amen to that. Rest in peace.
Love you, brother.
Thank you for coming tonight. I'm sure that wherever he's he'll know he's going to be remembered forever.
Thank you for putting this together for all of us.
Thanks for organizing it.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
Look
Thanks
after
for
each
coming.
other.
Yes.
Take care of yourselves.
Look
Love
after
to all
your
of you.
family and friends. You never know when you're gonna lose them. That's the hard lesson we learned. Spend time with your loved ones.
Goodbye, Craig.
May his soul find its way into the Shadowlands.
Yeah, that would be a treat, wouldn't it?
Ben just said on the Discord he just wanted to pop by as a mark of respect, and it's great to hear some stories. It was a huge blow and upsetting this time last year, and this just kind of brings out the wounds, for a better word again. For lack of a better word again. I'm glad so many showed up. He was a great guy, and I was fortunate to get to know him more in the mob days before some of his. He got me into raiding and many of my favorite games and genres. A friend made it WoW and will be remembered forever. Thank you, Benjamin Roxipit. Take care, everyone. I'll be trying to find some screenshots, uploading them here on the general channel. If you want to share, I guess now is the time. If you have any screenshots with him having fun, raiding, doing whatever.
Yeah, put them in the general chat, the public one.
We could try and make a folder maybe if people want to share them with us, share them around, make a file downloadable folder or file or something. I don't know.
We can sort something out.
Just a quick thanks to everyone for organising this and sharing all your fond memories, Craig.
You can make an album on the Facebook group, I think, if you'd like.
Kieran, your voice sounds so much like him.
Yes.
I was about to remark that, yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It was nice to hear all the memories that everyone had of him and the impact he had on everyone's life.
I think it's only a scratch of the surface, to be honest, mate. He was honestly just... You can't describe the impact he had on us. You just... Yeah. I'm sorry.
These were just flashbacks. Some of us spent so much time with him that it's hard to imagine this happening in real life. God bless internet.
I hope you guys are all well.
As well as one can be in the given circumstances.
Yeah. I think he would have wanted us, to be well and, like, do simple stuff, say to each other that we love each other, and wash your hands.
As you said, he's a man of few words.
Yeah, he was a man of few words. He would have said, wash your hands, wear a mask, sanitize.
And be on your time in raid.
Be on your time. Bring flasks. Craig, why don't you have flasks? Because I can't afford them. That was his way. Few words.
Completely
This
selfless.
is the way.
If we ever get a hold of his account, I think we should we should bring his character in Lads Hope Chapel and just retire the character there forever.
That would be a good idea, but I'm not sure how we could get a hold of his account, or maybe we should speak to his brother. Maybe he is able to log in.
Yeah,
can hopefully help
that's what I
Maria.
thought.
I think Zuriel, did you say you contacted Blizzard?
Yes, about putting a memento in his memory in the game.
Maybe we can see what happens with that.
And maybe you can ask them if we can do this. Get his character here and.
Thanks for coming,
Thanks
miss.
for-
Look after
Thank you for
yourself.
coming, miss.
Thank you for making this possible. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye all.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.